नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे यस्वानुभावम् अखिलश्रुतिसारमेकम् अध्यात्मदीपम् अतितितिशतां तमोन्दम् संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्यासोऽनम् उपयामि गुरुं मुनीनां यं प्रवचन्तमनुपेतमवेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातर आहुजाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवो विनेतुः सर्वभूतमातं हृदिमानतोऽस्मि मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यमीश्वरम्. So welcome all for this wonderful session. So this session being the eighth session, so regarding the importance of devotional service. So we'll continue the session with the last week also we had wonderful discussion about how the challenges, the different the challenges or obstacles in our devotional service through the story of Hanumanji, how he crossed the Lanka. So today we will give more importance on how to yeah, the same thing, same point about the devotional service, but how to really look upon the grace of the Lord, so that even though we may be not so much capable of doing it perfectly with pure heart, but through the grace of the heart, kripa siddhi, that how we can achieve this whole process by performing pure devotional service. So we have to understand this devotional service. Basically, it means to engage all our senses, um, yeah, all our activities for the pleasure of Guru and Krishna. So using all our senses through our words, mind. So is basically it means to say that all our activities we should be done for the pleasure of Guru and Krishna, and it should be done very sincerely with love and devotion, without any personal gain. Is what we are been listening from all these sessions. So, and in whole of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, "Bhaktya mam abhijanati," or through devotional service, Yoginam Sarvesham Shraddhamam Krishna says, Yoginam Sarvesham Madbhaktar Antaratmanaha Shraddhamam Bhajate Yomam. So Bhajate. So the word of Bhajate or Bhakti or Bhajanam or Bhaja has been used a lot of times in Bhagavad Gita, which stresses the importance of devotional service, engaging all our service in the service of Krishna for the pleasure of Guru and Krishna. So this is so that we can develop our our loving relationship with Lord, and our whole life will be wonderful. So this is a whole idea of Krishna consciousness, to make our life worthy of human life. So worthy of being on this planet, worthy of being humans, is to do selfless service. So that's what the outside world also they do, all of selfless service. So selfless service, devotional service doesn't mean only engaging our senses in the um service of Lord. Mean to say, it doesn't mean engaging our limbs in the service of the Lord. Devotional service also means engaging our senses in the service of the Lord. Engage our senses means even chanting holy name of the Lord is also devotional service, and serving the deities and devotees also devotional service, and following the reading the scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, all the literatures given by Srila Prabhupada is also devotional service. And also with all grateful heart and mind and soul, we offer our prayers to the Lord, is also devotional service. So in a separate session, we can also have discussion about how to make our own prayers. So if you see whole of Bhagavatam, the whole of Bhagavatam is full of prayers. Is full of prayers. Prayers by women devotees, prayers by children, prayers by kings, sages, prayers by rishis, munis, prayers by devatas, prayers by animals like elephant, prayers by the prostitutes, prayers by there are women of Hastinapura, women of Dwaraka, the prayers of gopis, prayers of Uttara, Kunti, great devotees. So the Bhagavatam is full of prayers. Mean to say, one important point we have to learn from reading Bhagavatam is we have to also offer our prayers. So you all should have, you make your own prayers. Just like you make prayers, just like when you're right from our childhood, our father, my grandmother used to teach me a lot of Vidya Buddhi, Dhanam Dehi, Rupam Dehi, Vidya Dehi. So we have to ask to the Lord and give this, give that. So the prayers is always there. We know these prayers. But if you say this Muslim prayers, they only glorify God. They don't say ask this thing. Yeah, Christianity, they pray for bread and things like that. But many of the religions, major religions, they ask only for. But nowadays, the sermons or the masses, the people want to only glorify the Lord. Even in the Christian missionaries also. So even though it is part of a prayer, they were asking for bread, but major part is to glorify the Lord. So main important is, so the prayers, we have to have our own prayers. We all have become devotees. We're putting Kantimala Tila, coming to temple, chanting holy name of the Lord, chanting 16 rounds or whatever rounds you're doing, and doing ekasis, lot of the austerities you all have been taking. But at the same time, very potent process, very powerful process. Just like you go from here to, just say you are here from here to Bombay or to go. So you have to Bombay or to go, you can go by walk, you can walk and you can go. But you can take a Luna or a moped, something in two-wheeler, you can go. You can take a car and you can go a little faster. Or you can take the aeroplane and you can go. You can take a private jet and you can go. So going to the Bombay is have so many ways and means. But what vehicle you would take matters the most, so that you can, the given time, you can use it completely properly. So we have a short time and short period of life in this human form. So the best way is to take a private jet and go in full speed. So the best way of doing that, which can take us from here to there, is those prayers by Prahlad, prayers by Dhruva, prayers by Kunti, prayers by Sukadeva Goswami. So prayers by the Arjuna, prayers by Bhishma, wonderful prayers, amazing prayers are those prayers. So it takes the mood. You also get into the mood of the praying to the Lord. So I request all of you to really work upon making your own prayers. The best way is go through the Bhagavatam text and go through those prayers. It is an exercise for all of you so that you can create your own prayers. Probably need not be Sanskrit verses, but translation, beautiful Prabhupada translation. You can just pick out the wonderful whatever you can say. And as and when the days pass, years pass in your Krishna conscious life, you can be adding on to those prayers some wonderful uh, uh, some statement or some translation or some prayers by some devotees you came across, so they can add on to those and make your prayers the paragraph after paragraph, pages after pages. So this that will make your prayers. So you should also, we all should make our own prayers. Yeah, it is a very serious thing which I'm saying. We have to make our own prayers so that when you stand in front of the Lord, you pray, keeping the Bhagavatam as a base. You pray, you make your own prayers, and when you pray in that way, so you can appreciate the Lord's beauty, and your prayer should be keep increasing. So your initially your prayer should go for say 1 minute. So and probably 2 minutes, then five, then 10, then half an hour, and 1 hour. Just imagine the 1 hour you're standing in the Lord and you're just praying, trying to drink the nectar of His beautiful form and meditating upon all the moods of Shrimad Bhagavatam. So it's such a wonderful way of connecting to the Lord. Immediately you can be reaching to the Lord. Lord becomes, surrenders to this wonderful prayers. Even though we may not completely mean to what we are saying, but at least we have begun the process. Just like a small children begin to talking, and with their broken words, and the parents become so happy. My child started speaking now, mama, papa, tata. So they become so similarly, Lord also becomes very pleased by your broken prayers, or you may not really mean what you're saying, but this is the gateway for getting connected to the Lord, with the relationship to the Lord. That the stronger the relationship with the Lord, the better your life will be, happier your life will be, because all the struggles and anxieties and sufferings of this material world, it is inevitable. We all have to go through it. If not, all of you who are listening this class, all of your own problems, all of your own the distresses and struggles and challenges in your lives. So that is a fact of our life. But through this situations, how we can really get out of all those things and really have a peaceful life, happy life. Who doesn't want happy life? Every dog wants to live happily. No dog wants to get confined and be tied. So we are human beings. We are intelligent, rational human beings, and we don't want to get confined ourselves with one set of challenges and anxieties and struggles. Actually, we want to be happy. We want to come out of that. That's what many people say, Prabhuji, all my problems go finish, all my struggles finish. Then I'll get into to come and chant peacefully in the temple. Peacefully you do. That time never comes. It's the problems and struggles and challenges and obstacles are just like different number of waves which comes in the ocean. Is this non-stoppable? So we have to understand, keep in mind that this in that situation, the best way is to do is the prayer. So someday we'll really do a session on how on more importance on the prayers. So here, remembering the Lord while doing devotional service is the greatest worship of the Lord. Is the greatest worship of the Lord, to remember the Lord constantly by meditating. Whatever you are, a good cook, you are a house wife, you're professional, or you're something else, but always thinking about the Lord, remembering the Lord as qualities, pastimes, and activities presence is very much important. So this how we can develop a relationship with the Lord. So just like even if you take the pastime of Ambarish Maharaj, the kind of relationship he had developed with the Lord is such an amazing that even Lord Vishnu denied to protect Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni was none other than the Rudra Amsha. He was a he was an expansion. He was one of the expansion of Rudradev, Shiva. And even he went to the Lord Vishnu, and even Vishnu denied to help him, save him. So you can see that how Ambarish Maharaj is showcasing the highest degree of love, highest degree of affection, highest degree of reciprocation with the Lord. That Bhagavatam is such a wonderful thing. So what hurts the Lord most is to offend a devotee, offend the system, offend the process. So that hurts the Lord most. We have to understand this. So to just brief you all of about this pastime, this wonderful pastime. Ambarish Maharaj, when Durasumani came to Ambarish Maharaj to accept the hospitality, then Durasumani gladly he said that yes, thanks for your invitation, and now I will go to the Yamuna river and take bath and come. So I finish my rituals and everything. So after returning from there, and I will have prasadam with you. So then he went to the Yamuna, and Ambarish Maharaj waited so long time and he never returned. And since Ambarish Maharaj was observing fast for from Ekadasi, so because Ekadasi is Harivasara, which is very dear to the Lord, so he never had even water. So he was completely fasting Nirjala for every Ekadasi. So he was worshipping Krishna all through the day. And the next day when Dwasi came, and it was a time for him to break the fast, and Durasumuni appeared and there, and the Amrish Maharaji cordially accepted him, did all Pada Puja, worship everything. But at the time of the prasadam, he has to break that. But Amrisha Maharaja, when he invited him for the prasadam, then Durasa Muni went away for taking bath and coming after that. So here we have to see that when Amrisha Maharaja was waiting for such a long time, he's such a great king, and he was such a responsible king, and he was so much detached. We can see from Ambarish Maharaja's response to what Durasamani cursed them. We can see that how Ambarish Maharaj was so much detached from his wealth or position, and he knew the temporary nature of this world. So that's what. So he asked from the brahmanas who are there, his as his kula guru, or his in his court, a lot of brahmanas were there. So he took the guidance from them. He took guidance from the wise brahmanas, and he asked them, so what to do now? So there's a time for I have to break the fast because there's a Dwadasi Parayana now. And what to do? This Durasamani is not yet come. And is it offense for me to take something before my guest? Is it an offense? Then all the brahmanas, they consulted each other, and then they said that there's no false, there's no offense. You can just break it with their drinking water. So here, Ambarish Maharaj is trying to say, see, that he could have taken decision on his own, but Bhagavatam says that he took guidance from the Brahmanas. So here, very much important to just to break his own fast. He didn't had an independence to do that. No, he was always dependent upon the Brahmanas' guidance. That was a great kings who are used to be there. So that's what Amrish Maharaj has been glorified very much in Bhagavatam. That he used all of his senses in the service of Krishna. He used his mind in remembering Krishna. He used his ears in hearing the Krishna's pastimes. He used his eyes to see the beautiful form of Krishna. He used to use his legs by walking to Krishna's temple, using his legs, so his hands to clean the temple, and he was using practically every the senses of his in serving Krishna. And this was where was how he was able to develop that affectionate grace from the Lord. That's what when grace from the Lord. So very much important. We have to understand here that we have to take shelter of our authorities, our mentors, or guides for any damn thing also. Uh, Better in this way we'll be saved from the greatest danger. So when what happened, the story continues. So the history, sorry, the Bhagavatam continues saying that that Durasamuni, the Amrish Maharaj waited for a long time, and he could that, but he had to break the fast at that the appropriate time. So then the best way of not disrespecting the guest was to simply take water, and that's what even Brahmanas guided him when he consulted. So then he took the water and he broke the fast. That was the whole story there. Then after that, what happens? So here one more thing, what important thing is, since Ambarish Maharaj engaged all of his senses in the service of Krishna, that he got a sensible mind, he got a sensible thought to ask the Brahmanas and take the decisions. This is also one important point you have to see. Is it not? See, that's what devotional service is very important. That we will get right kind of intelligence at right kind at any point of time. So any situations which we undergo, so our mind prompts us to impulsively act sometimes according to our beliefs, according to our training. If mind is trained in such a way, immediately, just like a dog, if you see dog, then it will go behind it. Or a dog, if you throw the stones at him 100 times, and you show on a piece of meat, and he will come because he is nature. So similarly, because of his training. So similarly, if how the humans also behave, because in the spur of a moment we may act in certain way, but unless until if we don't have training, we'll not take a proper decisions, proper the meaningful, sensible decisions will not able to take unless and if you are not trained sufficiently. Otherwise, you also act like animals. So here, Lord inspired him to take some sensible decisions to act according to that time, place, or circumstance. So then what happened? That Durasa Muni, he returned from is taking bath from the Yamuna, and Ambarish Maharaja received him very well. But Durvasa could see, he could foresee, he was a mystic yogi, and he was able to foresee that Ambarish Maharaj already broke his fast by drinking water. Actually, it's not an offense. Even if you take sadhu should have titikshva, karnika, surudha, sarvadehinam, ajata, shatrava, santaha, sadhava, sadhubhushanam. So, what are the qualities of a sadhu? Means he should be tolerant. Sadhu means he should be compassionate. So, all of the great qualities of great qualities of sadhu, he should be pinnacle of all um, the great, wonderful qualities. Ah, so but here Durasamuni actually here it shows a pastime. Here pastime is such a wonderful pastime to uphold the Vaishnavas stand. Here, no, the Lord's grace. All those things come here. So Durasamuni is probably is acting here to just to uphold the wonderful qualities of Ambarish Maharaj here. So then Durasamuni he started criticizing Ambarish very badly that you are such a uh, uh, you are not a devotee, you are such a cruel, you are intoxicated by your power, prestige, and you have invited me to as a guest, and now you have eaten first, and this is not a one good behavior. And with this uncontrollable anger, he pulled out. So this Durasamuni, he pulled out one hair from his head, and immediately he threw at on the floor, and he created a demon, the fierce demon, very fearful demon, and that demon had a trident in him. So he was about to devour. He was about to devour or kill or torture the Ambarish Maharaja. So what happened? Very importantly, so you have to see when that demon started coming towards Ambarish Maharaja, immediately, so Ambarish Maharaja just folded his hands and he did not went to counteract it. Kneeling down and said, "My Lord, please protect me, save me, I'm in danger." No, he never did that. So he thought that it's Lord's will. Let me tolerate it. See, the even though King Ambarish Maharaj was living amidst all the opulence as a king, but still he was having all the saintly qualities. Whereas a Brahmana having all the great learnings and austerities as a sage, so he was not accompanied or he was not with the devotion to the Lord. So outside also people do a lot of debates on the scholarship and on all those things. But if you don't have devotion to the Lord, that is more dangerous. And no one can save. You can't save yourself. How can you be able to save others? So here itself, the story shows that how that demon he was created, and immediately this Amrish Maharaj, he whatever happened, immediately he was not trying to counteract it, but immediately he tolerated and he surrendered to Lord. My Lord, whatever you want to do, and he started chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Only one thing was in mind. Ayo, I'm offended that Vaishnava. He was not thinking how to save myself. I have been to difficulty. I'm in trouble now. How to do this? All those things. So even so, devotees are never afraid of any material danger. So we should keep listening to this such kind of wonderful pastimes so that we also develop such qualities that we should not be developed disturbed by on petty things which are something we are given money to someone, he has not given me back, or I am in debt or so many things, or my family is not supporting me, or my husband ill-treated me, wife ill-treated me, children ill-treated me. So all those things are petty things, but he is not afraid of all such things. Even at the cost of his giving up his own life, he has complete faith on the Lord's decision and his protection. That is what we have to really depend upon. So when Sudarshana came in, what happened then? Sudarshana Chakra came and he appeared there and immediately burned or destroyed that fiery demon created by the Durasamani. So see, then Durasamani was so astonished. Never it has happened in my life. Such which have created, what is this, which is Sudarshana Chakra, and he started chasing this Durasamani. So Sudarshana started chasing the Durasamani, and Durasamani got so much afraid. And see, Durasamani could have gone directly to Vishnu. But the whole pastime, it shows that it's because Durasamani was a mystic yogi, he could travel to any place also. So he went to the Brahma, then finally he went to the Shiva, and he went to all the demigods and asking, please try to protect me from this. And this is trying to chase me, trying to devour me, trying to kill me. So here we have to understand this was not the mood of Ambarish Maharaj to harm the devotee. And that was not the mood. But here, Lord, because of his affection for his devotee, he could not tolerate the offense done to the devotee. So we may, when we also do some offense or bring some problem to the devotee, Sudarshana Chakra may not follow us, or it may not chase us. But very much importantly, we keep in mind that Lord doesn't approve such things, and all our endeavors to be successful in this material world will be always be will be there'll be a lot of disturbances in that. There'll be a lot of problems into that in future in our lives. So practically we have seen this in, especially when I have seen in this ISKCON temple, when I've been there almost my 26, 25, 26 years in this moment. And some devotee who start making comments, or like a brahmachari, he make comments on some other devotee, or making a group, or making starting just chastise or criticizing the authority system, things like that. And he automatically leaves and goes. I've not seen anyone who is such kind year after year for some 40, 50 years was staying here. No one. They immediately they leave the association, they go away. Even in the congregation circle, devotee circle, initiated devotee circle, it all same thing happens. They're not able to continue their life amidst staying in devotees when such things comes. So here, when Brahma, he went to Brahma, begged for protection, and he went to the Shiva, begged for protection, went to Kailasa, everywhere he went. Finally, they all said, you go to Vishnu. And when he went to Vishnu also to take relief from the Sudarshan Chakra, and Vishnu also denied it. So then Durvasa Muni was really then there's a conversation which happens there. There's a conversation happening that wonderfully last time also we were discussing about that how Lord himself is. There's a conversation that the Sudarshana is just waiting there. He's parked and he's waiting. But here discussion is happening between Durvasa Muni and Vishnu. So he is saying, Vishnu is saying that I am completely under the control of Namaya Bhakta Paradina Swatantri Vijaha. Last time we say that Dvijaha. So that, oh Brahmana, that I am completely in control of my devotees, and I am not at all independent. So pure devotees control me actually. Sadhu Hridayam Sadhunam Hridayam Twamam. So I don't stay in the where the Veda mantras are chanted. I don't stay in where puja is done. I don't stay in some sadhu's heart, but I stay wherever my devotees always yadra gayanti madbhaktaha, yadra gayanti madbhaktaha, wherever my devotees glorify me, wherever my devotees chant my name, and I am there. I am completely controlled by that. And Lord further he says, what is the use? I don't see any use in enjoying the Lakshmi which I have if I don't have the association of my devotees. If I don't, and Lord Himself He says that all the people put the sin to me by doing some worship and so some vratas and all those things. They give sin to me. So I purify myself by putting the dust of devotees on my head. That's what Lord is saying. So such humility, Lord is trying to show us how humble we should be. So here, although Lord is fully independent and he can do abhigna swarat, tene brahmardayadikave, Bhagavatam first sloka, it's saying he's swarat, he's independent, he can do anything. He's not dependent on even devotees for his pleasure. But here, he is dependent on his devotees by his own sweet will. You have to understand. He is independent. Don't think that Lord is chained by devotees. So we have to understand he has put himself under the devotees, or he has become dependent on these devotees on out of his own sweet will, of his own desire. That was a great personality quality of Lord Vishnu. So here Vishnu then have a discussion that he is saying that there are such kind of devotees who are given up their houses, they're given up their relatives, they're given up their riches and everything and serving me. Oh Brahmana, how can I give them up? Such a great devotees and always loving me. And how I can forget them, and they're so selflessly they're doing the service. And whereas you Brahmana, yeah, you are a Brahmana, you should be also selfless, but you are selfish to protect your own body, and because you're trying to protect it. Whereas, see here, very wonderful, Amrish Maharaj is not trying to protect his body and protect himself from the death by praying to Lord Krishna or Vishnu or running to Vishnu or somewhere else or doing some prayers. No. So here the Amrish Maharaj is just folding his hand. He's saying, Lord's will. Tatyenu kampam susamikshamanam bhunjani eva kritam vipakam. Whatever your will, let it happen so. But let me not trouble anyone. That should be the motive. But Krishna, the Vishnu is saying, what you Brahmana, you are so selfish. You are running all over the universe to protect. You're going to Brahma. You're going to Shiva. Protect your body. Although you are a sage, you should not be attached to your body. And here seeing Amrish Maharaj, who is a king, who is a householder, and he's so detached. So whom should I protect? So Lord's feeling is like the father. He sees, and who feels, who is the best person to feels the pain of the child? Is only the parents. So here, Lord is feeling that. So Lord, so Durasamani was so astonished to see this statement. See this wonderful pastime is, see, we don't have to read the Veda or Upanishads, Puranas, all those things. But so this Bhagavatam wonderful pastimes, which it tells us how our quality, our nature should be, how we should develop our mood in serving the Lord. So Lord Vishnu is praising the devotees so much that he is saying that their service is so much that I'm so much satisfied by the service. And because they are not even interested for the liberation. You are not interested forget about this material world to protect their body, house, property, money, their status. They are not even worried about going to the Vaikuntha planets or afterlife. They have a Swargaloka. They're not even worried about them. Nadanam, najanam, and mama janmani janmani bhavata da bhakti rahitu kitvaye, just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. So in such devotee, always I'm in their heart. So because they don't think anything other than me, and I don't think anything other than them. So here the discussion happens, and finally the Durvasa Muni says, "My Lord, please protect me somehow. I've done a mistake. I agree to that. Please forgive me for this." Then the Durvasa Muni, Lord Vishnu says, "Okay, you go to Ambarish Maharaj. Go to him. Go fall at his feet." Just imagine, Ambarisha was just a king of a mortal world, and Durvasa Muni was such a great sage of immortal world. Ah, and you are able to travel to all these the planets and meet Vishnu, Shiva, and all those things. And the Lord Vishnu is saying that, so yes, seniority doesn't matter. Here, your learnings, abilities, talents, your achievements doesn't matter. So then what matters is only the devotion. So after all the discussion, then finally then Durvasa Muni comes over to Ambarish Maharaj. So and finally he falls at his feet, and immediately this whole process took for 1 year, they say. Then for whole 1 year, Ambarish Maharaj was just folding his hands and just praying to the Lord, let my life go, but let me not travel the devotee. So we are so much tolerating all those offenses. So that is a wonderful unalloyed devotee's nature. So when we are doing devotional service also, so we should keep ourselves in mind that if you should never offend a Vaishnava. Just like Duryodhana also was offending the Pandavas so much. So he tried to kill them, try to trick them, try to humiliate them. So all sides of things he was trying, but all times, like even in Prahlad Maharaj, all times, always Lord was there to protect the devotees. Is there only one story where you can see he was a devotee of Lord in our Puranas Itihasas or in our scriptures that he never got any help from the devotee, from the Lord Vishnu. He died like that without taking any. He did devotional service. He was such a pure devotee, Ananya Bhakta, but he never. Even in present times, Kanakadas, Annamaya, Ramdas, Sapurandas, Sardas, you can see that how Lord was always trying to protect those devotees at any cost. So Durasamuni then immediately when Ambarishwara saw this Durasamuni, immediately he picked up this Durasamuni and he embraced him. And immediately they started praying the offering the prayers to Sudarshan. Tvamagnin Bhagavan Surya Svam Tejo Jyotichampatihi. Wonderful prayers by Ambrish Maharaj to Sudarshan Chakra. So immediately that Sudarshan Chakra stopped burning Durvasa and he disappeared. And so then Ambarish Maharaj, here also Ambarish Maharaj did not take credits for saving the Durvasa. You have to understand. So the devotees are willing to sacrifice anything to serve the devotees. This is very much important. And at the same time, they don't take credit for their action. So give all credits to the Lord Vishnu only. So in the sloka, finally he says it's only because of Vishnu's pastime it is all happening. I don't have any qualification. So then Durvasa Muni, the blessed Ambarish Maharaja by this such a wonderful act. Then the Ambarish Maharaja served Durvasa Muni to eat prasadam. Then finally Durvasa Muni also made Ambarish Maharaja sit along with him and have prasadam. So sometimes it so happens humility and tolerance is more effective than our proud and envious nature. If someone is very envious and trying to trying to supersede, trying to overpower you, the best way is show humility. The best way is show the tolerance. Yes, sir, you are better. You are great. Let's not do competition. Show I am also something great. So we have to understand here that as a humble devotee, we should not take an offense very seriously. So, devotees are ready to take any struggles for themselves, but not give any struggle to anyone else. So, such are the great devotees, wonderful pastimes. And similarly, we also should practice in this way, devotional service. And that's how we can become very affectionate to the Lord. We have to develop the relationship with the Lord. So what matters the most is very much important. Some devotee was saying, some 4 R's he was saying. So what are the 4 R's? 4 R's was one is roles, one is responsibilities, and one is relationship, and one is be regular in our survey, in your sadhana routine. So you are seeing this 4 R's was wonderful. I just want to share with you. The 4 R's was one is roles, one was responsibility, one is routine, and one is relationship. If you really take care of this thing, 4 things, then your spiritual life will be amazing success. You might have seen this the Prabhupada's photo, where Prabhupada is standing. His old Prabhupada's photo. It is very old before when he was in the Grasta life, and Prabhupada during his business life, business days. So Prabhupada he is sitting and with a mustache, the big mustache of Prabhupada, and that time his name was Abhay Charande. And his wife is standing with the children, and Prabhupada is along with sitting with his father. The father is also old, and we can see that wonderful photo. Probably we can visualize that. So that full photo, and if you take that photo, and if you look into that, and could anyone say that this man would be tomorrow the spiritual master for a great institution? Generally, we may not see because he looks like an average family man. So just like a family man, an ordinary man who is there sitting with his father or wife or children around him. And could he ever become a spiritual master of such a great organization like ISKCON? If you just see the photo, you'll never able to even think about it. That he would become he become an acharya. So What made him an acharya, what made him a great spiritual master was because he surrendered to the his guru's instructions. He surrendered to the will of his guru. Even the great sannyasis also may not achieve. Like Gaudiya Math, so many sannyasis were there. None of them were able to achieve it, even though being saffron drops and sannyasis away from family life. But here, a family man could able to do such thing, deliver thousands of people, Westerners, getting into our dharma, our spiritual life, our samskara, samskriti. So even if you see that now the Prabhupada, we are having this Prabhupada Smaran where Prabhupada is traveling to from India to America. That is wonderful song he writes. Bodo Krupa Kaile Krishna Adharma. So the Bodo Krupa Kaile Krishna. So such wonderful where is the last verse he says Bhakti Nai Veda Nai. See the Kub Daro Nama Daro. So I don't have Bhakti, I don't have Veda. Nama Sartha Karo, Bhakti Vedanta Nama Sartha Karo, he's saying. Bhakti Vedanta Nama Sartha Karo, my Lord. So he is praying to the Lord in the prayers that you can fulfill the real purpose of my name that my Guru has given me, Bhakti Vedanta. So you let that be fulfilled. But personally speaking, I don't have any the bhakti. I don't have any Ved. I don't know any Vedas or Vedic knowledge. So out of his humility, Prabhupada is speaking. But if you hear any Prabhupada's lecture, probably in one lecture, Prabhupada would have quoted some 20-25 verses of different scriptures. So much was there. He was not preparing for any classes and making notes and started speaking. No, on spot, he was quoting so many, even despite such old age. So just imagine Prabhupada, he is completely surrendering here that he is completely surrendered to his Guru's instructions. So very much important. We should we have to know. We also as a family man, we also can be empowered like Srila Prabhupada. Just like Prabhupada was, just follow Prabhupada's mood, Prabhupada's instructions. How much he was so much eager to hear this Guru's Vani, Guru's voice. Even if you know the story of how Prabhupada was in Vrindavan, there was a Brajamandal Parikrama was organized by Gaudiya Math, and Prabhupada also had gone. He had gone only to listen to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj's message, his lecture, not to go and see the places in Vrindavan. And he used to sit in front of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj and always listen, always listen, always listen. And in fact, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj has noticed him and he said, such an ardent listener. Whereas other devotees, other sannyasis used to go away from the class and they used to go and see the places. So we have to see he was so ardent listener. So even the grace, the power of grace is so much that even during Prabhupada, when he was in Vrindavan, after seeing Sannyasi in Vrindavan, he had taken shelter of Radha Damodar, and he was always looking at the Rupa Goswami Samadhi, Sanatana Goswami, Jiva Goswami, and he was staying there, and always he was cooking there, and he was looking at their the Samadhi and was having his prasadam, looking at them and was writing the Bhagavatam first three cantos. First three books, and he was writing all those things, always meditating. You can also heard a lot of pastimes of the Mula Prakriti Devidasi when she says that some Babaji was explaining this pastime to her. That Prabhupada used to always, in the night, he used to go in the night, dead of night, and he used to sweep the courtyard of Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami's the Samadhi, and used to cry there. And we all know, isn't it? So that he was eagerly wanting to have their grace, have their mercy, so that he'll be empowered to fulfill the mission of his guru. So he was so much ready to sacrifice anything to satisfy his guru's mission. And even that Mula Bhakti that Mataji, she tells that story that about that Advaita Acharya's house. So the when Pujari comes and tells her that this Swamiji, this same person used to come always every day before going to America. He used to come every day and sit at the back of at back of this temple, at the end of this temple, and used to always chant holy name and used to cry and seeing the Advaita Acharya's the Murti there. He used to pray because Chaitanya Srila Prabhupada was completely convinced, but this Advaita Acharya is the same person who brought Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to this world. And if I pray to him very sincerely, and I can also bring Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the Western world through Advaita Acharya's mercy. This Advaita Acharya can bring Chaitanya into the Western world also. So that grace is what Srila Prabhupada has shown in our life that we have to follow. So without the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, without the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, Prabhupada says, I'm hopeless. So not through our intelligence, not through our anything that we can achieve. We have to understand. We have to also cultivate that sincerity to attract the Lord's grace. Our action, our behavior always should be like this. The best way to do is we have to develop the relationships. Just like tell the roles, responsibilities. First and foremost, you should know what your role is. Unless and you know what your role as a wife, then you know what is your responsibility. You know your role as a wife or a husband. If you don't act according to that, if you don't just like a wife, housemaker, and the husband goes to work and come, and you say, I don't know cooking. I do not cook. I don't know cooking. I don't like cooking. I want to keep the house clean and neat. I don't want to take care of the children like this. Then husband will say, why at all you are here? Or if husband says, I don't want to go for work, then who will work for the house? So the response, when you know the roles of being a person, and you should know the responsibility also, you should follow that. And it comes with the routine. It comes with the routine. Every day you have to do that. It's not that today I'm very tired. I can't cook for my children. It never happens. My mother never did. None of your mothers did, or neither you will do for your children. No, today I can't cook. Like I'm not. My mind is not following. I'm not interested. I'll not keep the house clean. Whenever it's routine, day in and out, in and out, in and out, every day, no missing. So when you know your roles, then you will be responsible for your responsibilities, and when you have responsibility, and that is a routine, and this is how you develop relationship. Such a wonderful, isn't it? As a mother, as a wife, as a husband, as a children. If children are not studying, if they're not interested in studying, and they're creating all kind of havoc and disturbance, all those things, probably your parents will put in some rehabilitation center to correct the child correction or things like that. The child is not proper. He is creating a nuisance in the society. So if we know our roles as a devotee of Krishna, if you know I'm a Vaishnava, I'm a devotee of Krishna, then obviously we should also be thinking about what my responsibility is. When you know your responsibility to act humbly and with all surrenderance, with all sincerity, when just follow our acharyas, our scriptures, then automatically, then routinely you have to follow the sadhana. Then by doing routinely, when you're doing sadhana, then automatically you develop relationship with the Lord. You develop a loving relationship with the Lord. When you develop a loving relationship with God, and all the struggles, everything will be a secondary. Just like in house also, wife is there, husband is there, children are there. Problem doesn't is there. Problem is also there. Problem probably is that the problem is also one of the family member. Along with the family, everyone is leading their life. They can't say, oh, this husband has a lot of debts and things are like that. Or the children are, let me have different family. Let me marry a different man. And that happens in Western world, obviously. But they keep moving. They keep marrying two, three husbands, having two, three wives. So there's never ending. But in our wonderful Indian system of married life, apart from the children and father, mother, uncle, auntie, before we used to live in a whole big family. Everyone that problems also became in a bigger way. So along with that, they used to leave because the relationship is very strong, or very bonded. So when we also have that relationship developed, loving relationship with Krishna, all these things, the anxiety, struggles, sufferings, all those things become secondary. Because please understand, I learned, I came to know that this is a father, this is a mother, this is a uncle, this is a auntie, because someone told me. Because someone told me. Here also Guru is telling you, Krishna is Supreme Father. And what is your duty? Your duty as your responsibility is this one. Your role is this one. So similarly, since a lot of bombardment happened in my mind that this is my role, this is my responsibility, everything else is secondary. All the problems, struggles, and sufferings are secondary. Even despite all those things, I want to love my husband, I want to love my wife, I want to love my children, I want to lead a happy life. That is the main motto. That is the main mode. So similarly, when you're reading Srimad Bhagavatam, we have to develop the relationship in this way. Then the Lord also become very affectionate, like we was affectionate to the Ambarish Maharaj. When we hear Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna enters our heart, ears, and enters our heart. And what is the result of Krishna entering our heart? Then from heart he reciprocates, he guides us. Super soul guides us. So please understand, if you are a mother, if you are a father, if you are a children, or if you are anything, you have to properly fulfill that responsibility. If so, for everything, for every damn relationship, there is the ideal character of that similar character in Bhagavatam. How to be a wonderful mother, how to be a wonderful father. Bhagavatam is such a wonderful literature that for any damn situations of life, Bhagavatam it is potent enough to give solution to and all of our problems, all of the challenges of life. When we face any difficulties, any challenges in our life, when just like someone passes away in our family, so we want some solace and read Srimad Bhagavatam, how Narada Muni, he lost his mother, how he passed through the life. Uh, so all those pastimes are wonderful pastimes to see this. Because bhakti is not that I have achieved something and I can get the love of God. It's not like that. You can't the door of Goloka and say that I'm qualified. I'm doing devotional service. I did so many rounds of chanting. Now I should get it. No, it's not like that. So we have to understand only, just like in Bible also says, only meek and humble, enters the kingdom of God. So similarly here also, if at all, if we want to understand such wonderful qualities, we have to read through Bhagavatam and apply those wonderful principles in our life. We have to consult the devotees. We have to consult Srimad Bhagavatam, and practically you have to work according to it. And this is how we can do devotional service. Without doing the service, we can't get realization. With all humility and with all listening, if we don't do devotional service, we can't get realization. No realization without doing service. And that also with the association of devotees, Sadachar, Vaishnava Sadachar. We can't say, I'll go to the forest and do devotional service. No. You can practice you have to practice to live amidst the community, amidst the devotees. And that's what will purify us. And that is a wonderful thing by practicing, because our real colors will come when we are with the group of devotees. Our lower nature, our worst nature will come out. Then we will get and purify it. Otherwise, in silos, in your own homes, you can do devotional service. That is not a real devotion. You should do devotional service amidst devotees. Be with the devotees. That is the fast process of progressing, so that we can get the right kind of attitude. Just like Chaitanya Prabhu also, he never, when he went to South India, he never appreciated the scholarship of that Brahmana who was holding Bhagavad Gita. He was appreciating that Brahmana because he was very ardent, very loyal to his guru. that his guru had told him. He despite being an illiterate, he was just listening his guru. That guru had instructed him that read Bhagavad Gita every day. But he was illiterate. He was seeing the book and he was crying, seeing the Krishna being a chariot driver and Arjuna. We know the story. So if you are a husband, if you are a wife, you should become proper husband, a proper father, proper wife. So if you want to become a proper, father, you should learn from Bhagavatam that how we should not be like Hiranyakashipu, how we should be like Rishabhadev. If you want to be a proper mother, you should learn by reading the pastimes of Suniti, how we should not be like Suruchi. And if you want to become like the brother, you should know how we should be like Yudhishthir Maharaj, not like a Duryodhana. Or if you want to become like a uncle, how you should be like a Vidura, and not like Kamsa. Duryodhana was also like uncle. Vidura was uncle to Duryodhana. So you name a role, everything is in Bhagavatam. So please understand, and even if you see this, how to be ideal wife. There's one pastime of how Sukanya who were trying to satisfy the Chavana Muni so much, and not like a being like a Devayani. So much he was demanding from her husband. So all these pastimes are wonderful pastimes, Shavatam. So when you take the role of so and so, you can find those things in Bhagavatam. So when you're doing devotional service also, you have to the product what you have to keep in mind is developing that loving relationship with Krishna. Not that you did some activity or what you ate prasadam got digested. Not for that. Not exercise. So please keep in mind. Thank you. Sorry, I've taken more than what was prescribed. Anyone has any questions? I would like to take one. Else we'll end this session. Numbers are coming down. Initially, it was for some 45, now 33. So, anyone has any questions? Hope I made some sense, and you could take some good points. So, okay. So, I would like to hear some Hare Krishna from all of you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Thank you
Hare
so much
Krishna.
for your patientful hearing. And let's meet again on next Monday. And with more, please come with some questions so they can have interaction. Else, it's all be you can better see some YouTube videos during this time. So because temple is arranging some wonderful sessions, and you also dedicated, you are sitting here, and also we also so let's do mathana. So when you do then a churn the butter when the buttermilk, then butter will come. Otherwise, simply churning water, there's nothing use. You should do some churning has to happen. Churning water also some foam will come. Churning has to happen. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.